Welcome back. If you're struggling with mounting student loans, credit card debt, overspending habits, financial independence may seem, well, kind of like a pipe dream. But joining us now to help you achieve financial freedom, a local financial professional, Gregory Ricks from Winning at Life. Gregory, thanks for joining us. Good to have you on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is important. And again, so many people feel so overwhelmed, especially probably now with inflation and everything else that's happening with income. And I mean, people are struggling. So to think about being financially free does seem like a pipe dream for a lot of people.
We are always going to have challenges in the future. And it's, what are we made of? What do we show when we are challenged to keep moving ahead with our goals? You get a challenge, you can't quit. So, and
you're going to have to ride that roller coaster.
Yes,
and
you're going to have to persevere and make adjustments going forward to reach financial independence.
Yeah, let's talk about some of those goals, because that's really the key to financial freedom, is setting up these goals and hopefully giving yourself as much time as possible too to achieve them.
Yeah, the first is basically setting a goal, and I think it's actually more like creating a mindset. If you don't know where you're going, how are you going to get there? And I think it's really important to set that, and then it creates a mindset going forward.
And that could be something as long term as, when do I want to retire and what do I want that to look like?
Yeah,
How early do I want to retire?
You should set something like short term, intermediate, and then long term. And it could be a big goal, like I want to have $1 million. And it could be a short term goal, as I'd like to save $10,000 a year.
And really, isn't $1 million isn't that something a lot of people try to achieve in order to feel comfortable in retirement?
Yeah, a recent study has shown people feel they need about $1.1 million to have a successful retirement. So you could kind of set that as your big goal and start on that journey with something smaller from that.
And that means, of course, that goal, you've got to set a budget, you have to eliminate your debt or keep that to a minimum.
Yeah, the budget is a really important thing that you have to set. And I think maybe you should do a budget audit, but you've got to be able to keep that in a zone, so to speak. I even look at it from a business standpoint that maybe you should have a cash report each week to see where you're standing. Something simple as that. Am I growing cash-wise, or is it shrinking? If it's shrinking, you have a problem. You need to do something about it. You may need to go back and relook at it.
Figure out where you can cut back. And it could be something simple like that extra cup of coffee you pick up at Starbucks every day.
Or charges on revolving credit. And you've got to live without revolving credit. You will not be successful long term if you don't eliminate that. And then you got to prioritize savings. It's got to become a lifestyle. Pay yourself
early
first.
On, as soon as you get into your career, hopefully.
You're building up cash if you're following this, and then you've got to be pulling it aside on a regular basis. It's like pay yourself first, profit first. It just become a lifestyle going forward.
Yeah, and if you have, your company has a 401k, you need to at least be putting in the amount that they're putting in.
Yeah, and you've got to think about taxes. We have legislative risk and tax risk going forward. So we always have to have that in our mind as well. How can I create efficiency so I can reduce future taxes or eliminate them? That's going to help you towards your goal.
Yeah, and I know that you have we only have a few seconds left, but you have a worksheet on your website too, which might help give people a good start toward a budget.
Yes, and reach out and take advantage of our guided planning system. It's a trademark system to help you to and through retirement.
Okay, Gregory Ricks, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.